What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Kev82 TV, the positive car culture channel. Today, as you can see in the title, we're going to be showing you how to install front canards from Street Flow Aero on your Genesis Coupe BK2. So yes, we're going to give you a step-by-step on how we did it, how we do it. So when you get yours in the mail or you pick yours up, we'll help you out. So let's go ahead, jump into it and get started.
All right, what's up, guys? My name is Asael. I'm here from Street Flow Aero, and today we're going to show you guys how to install the BK2 bumper canards on your Genesis Coupe. These are all the tools that you're going to need. So on the right side here, we have the canards. This is everything that comes in the package. It'll obviously be bundled up, but this is what you're going to need. That comes included. These are the tools that you need. So this is a rivet fastener, your drill with a 3/8 bit. This is a 3/8 wrench, some Loctite, screwdriver, Phillips, some blue tape, some tape just to mask up your bumper so you don't damage. So this is actually a tool that you're gonna have to, or we're gonna add to the list of tools that you'll need for this install. We'll get to this in a bit, but you'll need a heat gun.
All right, so obvious. I'm gonna point out the obvious. Pop your hood first.
Yeah.
Is that a good spot? Or?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
So to remove the bumper, all you're gonna do is there are two screws on either side of the on the right side and the left side of the car. It's going to be located right underneath here where the bumper and the fender meet. There's a Phillips screw right here. Same thing on the other side. And then for those of you that still have your fender liners, like a lot of people still do, a lot of people don't, there's going to be two bumper tabs underneath that hold the fender liner to the bumper itself. You'll have to remove that. And then there's going to be these bumper tabs up here that you're gonna also have to remove. Really simple, really quick. And then also, if you have fog lights, you're gonna have to remove those as well. We'll go ahead and
remove the cord here. You're gonna get started.
So we're gonna go ahead and start with the bumper tabs up here. So with these, you can either use a Phillips screw head to back them out slightly, and then you can pull them out, or you can just come in with a clip remover tool, and you would just take them out real quick. Sometimes they don't want to come out, so you just back it out a little bit. We'll put that out. You will have to remove this. It just comes right out. Set it off to the side for now, somewhere it's not gonna get damaged. And then these, I usually just put them up here. It's easy to remember where they're at. Now you grab your Phillips screwdriver. It also makes it easier too if you have tight fitment. You could just turn the car on, turn your wheels so you can have clearance, and that gives you more than enough clearance with this. We don't have to. It's pretty accessible from here. Yeah, especially with these, I probably wouldn't say use a power tool, because these bumper tabs are pretty fragile.
Yeah, they're delicate,
so you might break them with a power tool. So those are the two screws. Like I said, just put them off to the side again, and then the fun part begins. Roll this off a little bit. With this part, this is going to be kind of a sketchy part, especially if your bumper is brand new and or you haven't removed it before. These bumper tabs right here that are underneath the headlight usually like to stick. So you're just going to grab from the inside. You're going to put your hand here, pull up and out. Same thing on here. Usually this will come out sometimes easily, sometimes it'll stick. So if it does, you can grab a either a flathead screwdriver to pull underneath here. That way you could just pry it out. Just be careful not to damage anything. It doesn't have to be hard. You just pull ever so slightly. Like, see, it's kind of sticking here. So trick is pull under. It's under and up. Yeah, this is the part that usually gets stuck. That's not going well.
Yeah, no, it's the same way. When me and Christian take it off, it takes a little bit more.
Yeah, let me grab this. So like I said, just grab this. Go ahead. You'll see this I guess it's like a bracket back here. You just pull on that. So put your finger in between the screwdriver and the headlight so you don't damage the headlight, and just pull, and that pops it right out. You see this piece right here? That's what I'm talking about. You just pop that out, and then you do the same thing on this side. Put your hand in and out, or out and up, because the bumper tabs need to clear. And then give this a tug, and if it doesn't come out right away, do the same method you did on that side. So put your screwdriver there, and then you pull again, and there you go.
Cool.
Since we don't have the fender liners on this one, you don't have to remove them, but if you do, it'll be the same style bumper tabs that are up here. You'll just have to do it from underneath the car. It's really simple as well. From here, all of this is removed. So normally you could just get this over the hole right here. This is actually a mounting point. There's like a piece underneath here that actually grips onto this, so you just have to clear it over. Same thing, you could just grab a screwdriver and pull it up, and it comes right out. And that's that. And then from here, you can go ahead and just wiggle it out.
All right, so we set up. You guys have like some type of table or something to work with. You know, steal your mom's party table or something like that. Just borrow it, put it back when you're done. Try not to mess it up.
It honestly makes it a lot easier if you have a table to set the bumper on. That way it's elevated off the ground. Or, you know, maybe, you know, your dining room table, if your wife or your, you know,
just put a cover over it or something.
You
yeah,
live with is okay with it, you know.
Just put a cover over it and try not to mess it up.
It works fine. Only reason for that is you can't really do it on the car. Well, you can, but it's going to be a lot more harder. It just makes it a lot more difficult to try to do it on your car than it is to have it here. You can get in between and out from, you know, you can get both angles and stuff, which you'll need to do. So now that you got the bumper on the table and it's ready, just go ahead and wipe it down. The sides that it's going to get worked on, just so that there's no oil or anything on it, because you will need to tape it. That way, once you're installing the canards, you don't scratch them and stuff. So the reason you wanted to wipe that is because you're going to tape it up so you don't mess up your car when you're installing these. So you can see the line here, you know, very distinct line. Go ahead and just, from here, go ahead and just kind of mask it so that it sits right there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're a perfectionist, just go ahead and you know. And then same thing on this side. You're just gonna go ahead and mask it here. It's okay if it doesn't cover this. The only thing we want to watch out for is for when you put on the brackets on the canards. Those are made out of metal, and those, you know, they're gonna be making contact with the bumper, so they're gonna in the install process, you're gonna scratch it if you don't tape it up. If you don't tape it up, you're gonna scratch your bumper and it's not gonna look good. So mask up your bumper. You can go an extra step and actually mask up the whole thing if you want to. You don't have to. This is the bare minimum you can do to prevent it from happening. So so like I said, this is the hardware that's included with the canards themselves. So on this side you have the L brackets that actually mount up to the canard that are used to mount up to the bumper. So these are the things that basically make it possible to go on there. Then you have the screws with a nut and a washer, and then you have rivets. That's what this boy is for. So what you want to do from here is go ahead and open the one that has the L brackets. Take it out of here. I'll put all the screws in the center, and then you want to grab the L brackets. So when you receive them, you're gonna receive them this way, right? There's gonna be 4 of them that are straight, and then 2 of them are gonna be kind of angled in. You know, they're gonna be at an acute angle. So these are actually gonna be important because these will go. So if we were to set this up the way it's supposed to sit, so this is the right side canard. Yeah, technically the right side. So this is the passenger side, and this is the driver side. So the way this is gonna go is if we come over here, I'm gonna put one of these off to the side. You can see that there's 3 holes, right? 1, 2, and 3. So on this side, this acute bracket is actually gonna go on the back side of this, and it's gonna be fastened onto the canard itself with a rivet, and it's gonna go on the top one. So if you're looking at it this way, this angled in one is gonna go on the top one, closest to the top of the bumper. All right, so we can go ahead and come over here, and you're gonna use your the rivet gun. These rivet guns, you can actually pick them up anywhere in any hardware store. It's just called a rivet gun. Aero actually makes a really good one. I've had this one for over a couple years now, so, and it's still in really good shape. It just recently started giving me kind of like a little wobbly thing, but it works fine still, so I don't need to worry about it. And they're only like 20 bucks, so you get a good amount of use out of them. So the way it works is you're gonna put the rivet in. So there's gonna be 2 sides, right? A textured side and a smooth side. So the texture side is gonna be what shows on the outside, on the exterior, right? So you're gonna insert the rivet through the top out here like this. Once it's in like that, you're gonna take your L bracket, put it in through the hole in the back, hold it in place while you grab the rivet nut or the rivet gun. Insert the rivet gun all the way so it makes full contact with the head of it. And here you're just gonna go ahead and squeeze. And you can see once I start squeezing, the rivet starts to set. So do it again, all the way. And you're just gonna squeeze it until it pops off. It's gonna pop off on its own. You hear that?
Yep.
And there it is. Rivet is set, and this is, you just throw that out. Don't worry if it didn't go on, I guess you would say, if it didn't go on straight, you know, you will have to kind of bend it into the position you want it, but that's okay for now. You just leave it. Just go ahead and install the other 2. The other 2 that are gonna go on here are gonna be regular, just regular, not the acute one, but the regular L bracket, the one that's at a 90. All right. So same thing with this one. Hold it so it goes in, and then you're gonna take your rivet gun, insert it all the way, and then squeeze. Usually it takes about 3 squeezes. Second one, third, sometimes 4. There it is. And then you just break it off. Once it breaks off, it's gonna come out this way. It's just gonna be the stem.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna see. Go ahead and do the last one. Why are these not going in so easily? If it doesn't go in very easily, just go ahead and take your 3/8 drill bit and open up that hole a little bit, just so it slides in easier.
That's what she said.
I don't know why it's not actually. Maybe the rivets are slightly bigger, but same thing. Actually, I'm putting the wrong one in. See? We all make mistakes. Same thing, just wait or squeeze until you hear that pop. And then once that pop goes off, you just squeeze it a little bit more and it'll break off the stem. And then that is set. From here, what I like to do, if you look at the back side, you'll see that there is a side of it that is, I guess you would say it's sanded down so it's at an angle. It's not necessarily at a 90, it's at an angle. That is so that when you put it up to the car, that gapping right there, that space will let it sit flush with the bumper. What I like to do is go ahead and then just kind of turn these so that they're parallel with that line that gets created from that sanding. That's pretty parallel. That's pretty parallel as well. So this canard is all assembled and ready to be installed. The next step in this is going to be, if you notice it's flat, right? It's flat. The bumper is not flat. So what you need to do is you're going to have to go ahead and heat up the backside of this with that heat gun that we were talking about. And once it's heated up, this plastic, because it's made out of ABS plastic, will become bendable. You know, it's bendable now, but it won't hold its shape. The reason for the heat gun is so that you're able to bend it, and once it's at that shape, it'll hold it. It'll remain in that shape, and that just makes it easier. So when you go ahead and put it up in the car, it stays in that shape that it needs to be. Yeah. You know. So let's go ahead and get this connected, and then we'll just let it heat up. So here what I like to do is, if you look at my table has a fuck ton of holes. I'll just go ahead and stick one of these into a hole. That way it doesn't move. You don't have to. You could just use like a microfiber rag, put it on the table, and then set that on there so it doesn't move. And then from here, what all you're going to do is you're going to have the heat gun going full blast. You're going to start right here, kind of right about halfway through between both of these two brackets, and you're going to work it all the way down up until halfway through as well. Halfway through in between both of these brackets, and then halfway through down to these brackets. You're just going to go ahead and, you know, alternate it between and just let it heat up. You don't want to let the heat just sit in one place, because you will melt the plastic. And then it kind of goes without saying that once you're done with this, this piece will be hot, so, you know, proceed with caution. And you'll start to notice that once you're doing this, like I haven't really been putting any pressure on it, and you can see it's already bending on its own. So just heat it up a little bit more, and then once it's heated up, I'll go ahead and put it up to the bumper and set it in place. And then once that's done, we'll just hold it there so that it keeps that shape. Because if you just heat it up and then you let it cool down, it's gonna go back to how it was when it was straight.
What would you say is like a good time to kind of how long someone should be heating this up?
Really depends on how cold it is that you're where you are, how cold or warm. Right now it's actually kind of chilly out, so for this I guess for this application it'll be just slightly longer, but usually about a minute. It can be anywhere from a minute to 30 seconds. So like I said, this centerpiece is warm and it is hot. So just go ahead and grab it on the opposite side. I'm not grabbing it. You see how I'm grabbing it from this bracket and then I'm grabbing it from this bracket?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my finger here, or my thumbs, and I'm gonna hold it there. That's gonna allow me to bend it. So when I put it up on the car, I can bend it into its position. So the way that these canards are made, there is a place to put them, but if you would want to mess with the way it sits or the way you want it to sit, you can also go ahead and you know, kind of move it to one side a little bit more, move it to another side a little bit more. It just kind of depends on how you want to do it. So here I'm kind of noticing that this piece right here, this center piece, is not bending the way I wanted it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and reheat this piece so that it becomes bendable again, because it's starting to cool down. And you know, just so we can get the most flush fitment on this. What you can also do is, if you're just grabbing one side, you can just bend it down as you're heating it, and you'll feel that, you know, going back to that, how long you need to do it for, you can feel it. You know, it's kind of like a, you know, you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know when it's easy to bend. You see, and then the whole objective here is kind of to line it up so that it matches with this line that the fog light bezel has, because it is supposed to go up on that line. You know, it's kind of, this canard is supposed to, in a sense, create be sort of a bigger canard with the actual body line of the bumper itself. That's why it kind of works so well with this bumper. So you just kind of want to hold it there, maybe for like 30 seconds or so, and you'll start to feel when it starts to cool down and stuff. It'll retain its shape here. Alright, so I kind of like the way it sits there.
You need me to hold you?
Yeah. Can you grab that that Sharpie? Yes. Thank you. So, this process is easy to do it on your own, or if you have an extra set of hands, you know, like a friend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, just so that they hold it for you, or they can make the holes, mark the holes for you. You're just gonna go ahead and grab the first one and mark the hole. The way you want to do this though is you want to make sure that this is flush. So if you run your finger here, your finger won't run into a lip, you know. Okay. It won't bump into anything. It'll just feel like it's smooth, continuous. So that's what you want for it to fit flush. So I have the first one marked. You can move over to the second one. Just make sure you don't move it. So same thing here. Go ahead and set that there. I like to do the first two first, and then the third one will be a little bit different because you will still have to kind of bend it into its place, to its final place. So this is kind of holding its shape now. You can go ahead, cap that off. Now that you have your two holes marked, you'll take your drill with your 3/8 drill bit and go ahead and start the hole. Because after this point, there's no going back. first one. Second one is down here. It's kind of at a weird angle. You just gotta make sure you make the hole right. So that's that. Normally when I install them here, if you've ever come to get them installed here, or if you've ever seen me work on one of these before, you know that I like to use these things called Clicko Clips. They're basically temporary rivets. It's this, but a temporary version of it, where you just use kind of a wrench and it just clamps onto itself. And it just makes it a lot easier to install these, because you could just, you know, put them on and off. With this, you'll have to use, since we're doing it with what the kit comes with, we'll just go ahead and use the actual hardware. That way you guys can mimic this at home. So you'll take a hardware set here, remove the washer itself. You'll take the canard, put this in through the hole, and then you'll put that in through this other hole. And this is why you want to tape this up, because this is the part where you can scratch up your bumper if you don't have it. So for now, you'll notice that I'm inserting it with the tape still there. That's fine. You can, you know, make sure the holes line up and everything first, and then you can remove everything and then go back and remove the tape, and then, you know, install it for its final resting place. So go ahead and take another one of your screw and nut. Take the nut or the screw itself, put it in through the hole, goes in. Now you're gonna come through the back. It's kind of hard to see back here, but you you're gonna put the washer, and then you'll put the nut. Same thing with the first one. And then what we want to do here is you'll take your wrench, your screwdriver. This is the Phillips head, and then the screwdriver or the wrench is going to go in the back. Hold that and screw it in first with the screwdriver up until it's like you can't do it anymore. And then you're gonna take you're just gonna hold the screwdriver, and then you'll take the wrench and turn it another, I'd say like a half turn, and then leave it there. And then do the same thing for the other bolt and nut. And I'm gonna turn the screwdriver up until the screwdriver can't turn no more, until it's kind of harder. And then same thing with the nut back here. Hold the screwdriver, and then you'll turn the wrench about a half a turn. And then once that's done, you'll leave it there. And you can see here it's already actually coming out pretty nicely here. You know, there will be slight gapping. That's okay. If you're really anal about it, you can go ahead and there's you can also get some like I guess it's like a silicone, it's kind of like a weather strip thing type thing like this. You can also insert it in between if that's something that bothers you, but it, you know, you can't even notice it.
No, it's good.
You honestly can't even notice it. So going back to this one. This one is the one that I say is kind of the you can either put it down, you can put it up. It just kind of really depends. But if you're trying to line it up to where the bumper is gonna go, this is actually a really good spot for it already. So we can just go ahead and make the hole for it there.
Yeah.
So just hold it. That's where the hole's gonna go. Take your drill and screwdriver or drill bit. Go ahead and drill that hole out. And same thing, you're gonna take your washer and your nut, put it in through the back. Set it there. Turn the screwdriver until you can't turn it anymore, and then you just turn the nut a half a turn, and where it sits, it's gonna be where it's gonna rest. So if you look at it now, this is one, I guess you would say it's complete. The only thing is we would still have to remove the tape, but other than that, it's this where it's gonna sit now. The steps are gonna be the exact same for the other side. You know, it's just right side, left side. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and install the other one, and then we'll show you what the finished product looks like once it's all installed on the bumper, and then we'll show you how to throw it back on the car.
Cool.
All right. So here you have it. Bumper's reinstalled back on the car. Both canards are installed on it. You know. So all you gotta do now is just make sure. Actually, to install it, you just gotta do whatever you did to remove it in backwards order. You know?
Obviously, yeah.
Just make sure everything's put back together. I like to, every time I work on a car, I like to always check, make sure there's no tools laying around in the engine bay, because you don't want to close your hood and then drive off, and then all of a sudden you got some shit rattling up in there causing havoc. So, you know, once that's done, go ahead and close your hood. That's exactly why you that's exactly why. That's exactly why. I'm like, why the fuck? There it is.
We're good now, dude.
Now we're good.
All right.
But yeah, you know, pretty simple process. It'll just take you, you know, maybe a couple hours to do. If you have a friend that you can go ahead and, you know, give you a hand with, make things a lot more easier. That way they can hold the bumper for you while you're actually, you know, placing it and holding it while the canard actually takes shape. But other than that, it's pretty simple. You can leave it the way it is, or if you know, if you're a little more crafty and you want to go ahead and paint them, just sand them down, you know, paint over it, or if you want to wrap it, you can as well. You just have to sand it so that the textured side is smoothed out. But other than that, I mean, this is the finished product right here.
All right, cool. Looks good. I'm satisfied with the finished product, and I hope that this video was informative for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Yep. All right, you guys, so that's going to be it for today's video, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, hope it was informative. Just as another side note, we said it before, these canards are available at 3.8performance.com on their website. We'll put the link down in the description. Follow Street Flow Aero on Instagram. Make sure you follow 3.8 Performance on Instagram also, and that's gonna be it, man. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you enjoyed it, man. And dude, I'm really happy with another piece of the puzzle. Thank you again, man. Awesome. I always like working with this gentleman right here. So yeah, that's gonna be it, dude. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Comment down below if you got yours, if you ordering yours, let us know, man, and maybe we'll shout you out on Instagram. And that's it, dude. Just remember, as I say at the end of all my videos, always see the glass half full, not half empty. Stay blessed, stay safe, and that's it. Peace.
Hey.